Your shadow self is not the problem, your avoidance is. Avoidance of oneself does not create a circulation and a flow and a rhythm of newness and experiences. And what it does do is that it honors your looping, right? It definitely honors your looping. So what we tend to do is that we tend to project, and we tend to make everybody else the problem, because you're not taking the time, one, to recognize that this whole life that you're experiencing and the NPCs, non-participating characters, and also the people in your field who have been participating are all a design of your intelligence that is not seen, that is not heard, that is not felt, in order for you to experience the current state that you are in, okay? From where you were as you were in your mother's womb and came out of wuha, and from where you are now in this present moment listening to me. Every single situation has played a part. And oftentimes the things that not to say that it's not valid, if it's your experience and you feel that it's valid, then it's valid. Please understand that. This is my experience and what I've become clear on when it comes to my life. Every single thing that I've experienced with family, places where I've placed myself, are all designed in order for me to take the next step into the new identity that I'm forming and creating for myself, okay? For me to sit back and complain about a design that I know I came here to experience in order for me to begin to get into another phase of myself, I am basically deceiving my own self. Everything is required, everything, even the shit that feels shitty, is required in order for you to see yourself and to maneuver yourself, because without contrast, all right, without your shadow self, there is no light to obtain. Everything came from a void. Everything came from darkness. And we've been trained and to live in this mindset that the shadow self, darkness, is all bad. And we honor the light, its beauty, and all that comes with it, right? One did not exist without the other. They both exist on the same plane, just different spectrums of light. What's tripping you up, and what used to trip me up, is this: trying to compartmentalize and only looking for the good in everything, okay? Which is illusion and delusion. Only looking for the good in everything. We have to begin to learn how to honor every moment and every experience in our lives, because it is required. You can't have one without the other. And what's going to end up happening is that everything that you're avoiding doesn't go away. It stays here, festering, right? It stays festering because you don't voice what you're feeling. You don't speak about what you're feeling, and it doesn't have to be like I do in videos. It's just your truth. Things that you're avoiding, it just gets stirred up. And then what ends up happening is that it begins to move throughout the physical body, trying to find its release. So it shows up in illness. It shows up in having to get operations. It shows up in having to go to a doctor. It shows up as anxiety. It shows up as having to take pills now because you want to even cover that up. This is about integration. You have to begin to integrate every experience that is coming to you according to your level of consciousness and where you currently are in your life. You cannot deny your path. It's not going anywhere. And you're going to either volunteer yourself so that way you can perceive it and feel it to not be so intense, or you're going to get dragged. Either way, this is continuing with or without you. It's going to move with or without you, whether it has to be here, whether it has to be like this, whether it has to be like this. All right? So the greatest thing that you can do is just take a pause. Remember that this journey is a journey that your intelligent self chose. And now you're playing the game and seeing the characters and writing the script of all that you're experiencing. The chapters will never be the same. They don't have to be the same. You can even write a new book if you want to. You can either rewire your new neurons into wanting to see something else in this life instead of thinking that this is the only reality there is, or you can just stay looped over and over and over again. And all you do is move into the same frequency, move into the same frequency with people, move into the same conditions that you've been living in, but you always still carry yourself. There is no shadow without the light. There is no hot without cold. There is no up without down. And the more that you're able to understand this and live by this and wake up every day and say, here I am, show me how beautiful my life can unfold today, and allow the animation of that thought to enter in, and you get to see everything on the movie screen, right? As it's showing up. This is where the observer effect comes in. As you're observing something, what you give your attention to is what you're going to expand in your life. It's all of these images, right? They're all here. They're all here. Everything that you see every single day is all here. You are just picking and choosing what it is that you want to see. And if you're still in the same old paradigm of yourself, and you're still in that same old program of yourself, you're going to constantly be picking what your parents, what your sister, what your brother, what your program, what society, what school chose you to choose. And then you're going to wonder why your life is not in an expanded state. Or you get to choose a new identity and pick this movie that you have not seen yet and begin to pick it and put it here and put it here and put it here, right? Use your imagination. One thing that I always say, which is important, the right side of your brain controls the left. The left side of your brain controls the right. This is my right hand, in case the video is. When you go to school, this is why it's important to begin to do everything from the right side. This beautiful space. This is beautiful too, but we've mastered this bitch. When you go to school and they teach you how to write with your right hand, they want you to stay programmed in the left side of the hemisphere, right? Which is logic. Your imagination, your creativity. This aspect right here is ruled by the left side of your body. Excuse me, the right side of your brain is controlling the left side of your body. So I always say, the more, if you're right-handed and you try to write with your right hand, it's gonna look sloppy. That goes to show you how unconditioned the right side of your brain is. So do everything with your left hand as possible. Because what that does, it takes you out of this logical mind, which is good. We have to have this. If we didn't have to have it, we wouldn't have it, right? This is what we came here with. We've mastered this. You got this. I've mastered this. I got this. Now we need to focus on staying in this, the right side of the brain, that feminine nature, that creativity, that flow state. We're always going all the time. So we're missing the chance to be able to rewrite a new story and a new movie because we're stuck here, right? Let's balance this shit out and be able to use each one accordingly. So yeah, we're not broken. It's just, and we're not damaged. It's just that we're not choosing, and some of us are not aware that a choice is given every single day that you arise, every single morning that you arise with this beautiful sun, to be able to choose something differently. And you deserve that. I deserve that. We all deserve that. Let's create a new narrative. Let's create a new story today. Let's create a new movie, one that we love.